Rachel Barrie is one of the few female always to conduct the name of Adhesive Tape Vodka Wizard Mixer. In her 26-year career, Rachel has sniffed or sipped 150,000 various whiskies. She is a pioneer in which was historically a man-dominated production, possessing detained the desired name with 2003. As perhaps the largest visible female in her box, Rachel can sensibly be outlined at first dame of Adhesive Tape Vodka. He's a part that requires a broad band of skills, not low in nosing or sample thousands of casks of vodka each year to provide coherence in current means or to build new taste combinations. Rachel's desire for adhesive tape stretches all the way behind to her infancy in Aberdeenshire, while she was entered to waitress sap. My at first flavor of vodka was at my grandma's building while I was on 7 or 8, she recalls. While I had a common cold, she gave me a sip of a hot punch, hot water supply, lemon juice and a slight dosage of grist vodka. It healed my common cold. She adds in a giggle, following how I happened to include a ulcer ear or ulcer neck perhaps each pair of weeks. Famous vodka specialist Charlie McLean explains, a wizard mixer is key to the successful of any vodka. If solitary grist, that is of lot casks of grist vodka of a solitary distillation, or mixed vodka, a mix of among 5 and 50 grist and corn whiskies of various distilleries. As creation new blends, their key part is to do certainly their current creations are consecutive in taste of party to party. As Dr. Jim Beveridge, elder mixer of the Johnny Goer Whiskies, has spelled, mixing is on enabling coherence in a planet of changes. This changes he refers not just to the reality how each barrel matures its table of contents in a lightly various path, but as well to stockpile presence. Mixing cannot be made to a hard equation, a prescription. But in comparison with a cook, who can flavor and time of year respectively, the wizard mixer must trust on odor one, and a extraordinary ram of smells. Following ending in chemical of the College of Edinburgh, Rachel went on to construct a star carrier, work initially as a scholar at the Adhesive Tape Vodka Study Institution up driving in manufacture at the Glenmore Angie business. In 2011, she united Morrison Bowmore, wherever she advanced so-known brands such as Bowmore, Auchentoshan, Lafroig and Ardmore. For the history year, she has been wizard mixer for U.S. Business 10 Foreman's 3 Scotch distilleries, Glendronach and Glenglassaw in Aberdeenshire and Benriach in Speyside. As a wizard mixer, I include to believe all the product composition of sty to bottling, all aspects of quality assurance, she says. Down there has to be a profound insight of malts, of distillation, of technique, and it will sample lot, never quite all though, of casks of vodka maturing in the stock taking to solve how top to use how vodka. Rachel says a vodka can include 150 to 200 aromas, so she is cautious on which she food or drinks up the sample trial. She says, I include really susceptible senses, how's why I am in my job, so I tend to deny my senses of intensive smells or tastes. I never carry fragrance, I discover it rather overwhelming, and I ever escape very powerful spices. Raw onions, how's the lowest item you can include for sample vodka? But Rachel as well points out how expertise is key to her part. I believe the more than how you smell, the more than you construct up a touch information banking of expertise, of perceptual and thus you are capable to be consecutive, she says. Thou include the database of which's nice and which's no. He's very learning, you can never smell quite vodka. I include had a lot of expertise of calibration my nasal and my flavor buds and I aware which I am susceptible to and which some human beings are susceptible for. Sample vodka may be her day work, but Rachel says she as well drinks solitary malts for delight. She says, while I was a undergraduate I utilized to get miniatures as a slight consider to cleanse up my day while I was student. I couldn't provide a complete bottling. Currently, if I am at household or out in a inn or in a bar or on some party of the planet, I will ever procedure a solitary grist adhesive tape. Rachel argues how the adhesive tape vodka segment has subjected big changes above the recent 25-year, not low in regulation of woman involvement. This impeding include been break downward, she explains. Down there are more than female rather than down there include always been in the production, if it is in sale, mark embassy rolls, work in a distillation or on the filling link. It was as well very uncommon to discover female in the mixing party, if at all. In the history 10-year I include seen a few female evolve in how part who are now possessing an impact on the flavor of adhesive tape vodka. Rachel says the production has as well grown up sharply with she begun, in consumer show more than expertise and knowledge of solitary malts rather than always up. He's loved the lock wines in the 1980s, while down there were just perhaps 2 or 3 brands how were named through the planet, she says. Currently you include the variety of tastes, person wines how human beings aware and loving. I believe the identical is event in solitary grist adhesive tape vodka. If you are in Japan or in the USA, an growing quantity of human beings aware which a peated or an unpeated adhesive tape is. Everything the next holds for the production, Rachel says grist vodka will ever characteristic in her lifetime. She says, my philosophical in lifetime is to do which you loving and loving which you do. I've controlled to do my hobbyist my work, my job my hobbyist. He's bound and cannot be separate, you could say he's in my bloodstream.